Hi everyone, we're about to update Ad-Astra with a massive engineering update. Tell me about SETI rabbits.
SETI rabbits. For years, 47 SETI suffered from rodents that were introduced from Earth, decimating staggering amounts of crops. However, and vegans should most definitely cover their ears for this part, they have now turned this to their advantage, farming the rabbits in great number, as the local environment makes their meat a curiously sweet and delicious culinary delight.
This update's taken a couple of years to put together. A great deal of thought and design has gone into the process to make sure that we get this to you. And what I'm going to show you is...
Better if I explain what's coming, don't you think?
Wait a minute, I usually explain what's coming in the update. This isn't right.
Yeah, it is, and they'd much prefer hearing this from me. You can watch. I have now been granted access to many new sets of data that I couldn't access before. The information that you'll find invaluable from my program now extends to engineering, and I've learned a great deal about it, including all of the modifications for all of the modules in all of the ships. This is a huge step in my advancement, in terms of my knowledge of both the materials required for modifying your ship's modules, and where they are likely to be found. I can also tell you if you already have a specific amount of collected materials aboard your ship in the hold, by accessing your ship's manifest and blueprints, whenever you wish. I can then cross-reference what is required further, if anything, and advise you on what to get for a particular modification, whether it's a grade 1 or a 5. I will also be able to tell you about each of the materials, how many you need, and where you're most likely to get everything you require. All you need to do is simply ask, and I'll deliver all of the relevant information, live. This will undoubtedly be extremely useful for all commanders, regardless of how they currently collate data for modifying and engineering their ships.
How much Lavian brandy do I have?
You have 7 Lavian brandy. However, I believe Cecil might have siphoned off some of the brandy for himself.
Undoubtedly. Tell me about Lavian brandy.
It's made using ancient breeds of grains and grown in a tropical climate. A special permit from the government was required for the making of the brandy. The distillate is kept in very old barrels, oak barrels, from Earth. And to achieve maximum richness, they're held in an orbital maturing facility for decades. This rare good is legal in all systems except for prison colony systems and federal and alliance theocracy systems. Please note that if a system's controlling faction changes, some formerly legal rare goods may suddenly become illegal in that system. If this happens, the rare goods in question will no longer be available for sale or purchase.
Very informative, and thank you.
You may also want to know about the extensive update changes to my options, which can be found in the customizer. There are now additional tabs in the customizer, which have been added for your convenience. It is here that you'll be able to see even more detailed and extensive information about engineering. You'll be able to easily access everything under the following sections, at any time. Possessions. Possessions is a live data list of everything on board your ship. Your cargo, materials, inventory, and your consumables. Listed in real time. Blueprint section. This shows all of the blueprints, what materials are required, and how many of each material you currently have aboard. Any bold blueprints you can see are those that have already been applied to your ship. The modules. This shows everything installed in your ship. Any modules you see with yellow highlights have already been engineered. Double-clicking on any of them will show just how much engineering is still required for that particular module. You can see here precisely what's required to engineer the frameshift module to grade 5 from grade 3. All of these new provisions in my update will undoubtedly make your experience with engineering a whole lot more simplified.
Access Blueprint Database.
Just a moment, analyzing manifest and blueprint data. And you're inquiring about which particular module?
FSD.
Fine, what modification do you want to apply to this module?
Longer range.
Accessing blueprint and data manifest standby. Choose the relevant grade and tell me. Options are 1 through 5.
Grade 5.
You need 1. Arsenic, and have 8. And also require 1 chemical manipulator and have 0. And need 1 data mine exception and have 0. Would you like to know more about the missing items?
Yes, please.
Data mine wake exceptions. They're captured from a high-energy wake with a wake scanner. Many automated wake scanner systems encounter data that does not match up with their pre-programmed profiles, and when this occurs, they will generate an exceptions log. Most exceptions logs turn out to be nothing more than junk. However, there are some rumors that something more insidious has been discovered. Chemical manipulators, a component found in ships and frequently used by haulage vessels. Destroyed haulage vessels can be scavenged from around shipping lanes in the aftermath of combat. Known to be salvaged from signal sources in high-security systems. Chemical manipulators provide a means to control a chemical process.
Alright, I think Astra covered everything in the demo update there, and included in Ad-Astra's package along with the additional 2,500 audio entries will be the manual, which is currently being overhauled and updated to include everything you've seen in this demo. So, those of you that already subscribe to Ad-Astra, you don't need to do anything except watch your inboxes for the link to the update. If you haven't yet subscribed to Ad-Astra, the link is in the video description. That's all for now, folks. Have a good one.